Namaste, yogi and yoginis, and welcome to a flow yoga class. I am Aphinya, and thank you so much for joining me live today. However, if any one of you come later, I hope you get to enjoy the practice. And well, if you would like to, support my channel, please feel free to do so. Cannot do it, don't feel like doing it, honor your calling. I am also do the same thing to honor my calling and just sharing my practice. That's one, and also keep myself practicing. You don't really know how much I get out from sharing my love of yoga with you in terms of my physical um, strength and flexibility, and also my English. I just like this feeling come to me. It can change. You never know. I feel like when we dive into a cooler, darker month, it's better to have something to look forward to. And so I just feel like headstand is something that I can use it as a pose for, as a destination for some of you that want to get crazy and creative with your practice. But of course, not each and every one of us want that. And I totally understand that. Now we are not in the classroom. The pressure of having to do headstand is not as great as when you are in a class. If you don't want to do it, you don't have to. I also want to let you know that I will approach the pose gradually, which means that it doesn't matter how many classes it's going to take me to give you the final, not the final. I'm gonna go from like building the foundation and get yourself off the ground, get your leg up the sky, and then add more crazy things into it. That's gonna be the last. So I'm gradually building the pose. Today, probably is going to be just the foundation of the pose. And foundation is everything when it's come to every single poses, and especially when it's come to headstand, your head is on the floor. I feel like this pose is a dangerous pose, and you should not get into the pose lightly. Especially us who are older, we feel a little bit more stiff in the body. Those clues are good for you to listen to when you don't feel safe, you don't feel empowered to be in the pose. You should not be in the pose. Okay? Close your eyes, please. You breathe deeply in and out to your nose. You physically help yourself to expand in space with breath. You know the challenge. Some of you might already feel contract because of that fear. And we have to balance that out. You need to bring out trust. You have to empower yourself because you have the power in your own hands. As you happen to hear the challenge today right out of the bed, you actually have choices to approach this challenge differently from one to the other. And make it yours. If that means not do it at all, and you feel right and happy within your own being, that is the right choice. And remember that I use this pose is not just to bring it out and make you feel less than or greater than others just because you can or can't do it. I bring it out to let us learn once again is to remember how to go back inside ourselves and be true to our authenticity. And use that knowledge and connection to oneself, and then skillfully take care of this challenge our own way. With that in mind, you draw your hands together right in front of your heart. Let's bring your thumbs to your third eye between your eyebrows and chant Om 3 times together, please. Take a deep breath in. Exhale fully. Another deep inhale. And you bow your head to your heart. Then release your hands, lift your chin, open your eyes. Let's come down to the back, please. If you're there before me, elongate your bones by, reach your arms over your head. Press your palms away from you and also elongate your legs long on the opposite side with your breath. Before we approach the challenge, I'm going to use my knowledge to take care of your muscles and body part. Rock your hips side to side if you're not doing already, to really get those part of the body opening up and strengthening. And you stop and you circle your ankles toward one another. Now, if you want to glide your hands away from your head now, you can, if you still love and then you change the opposite direction of your ankle, please. If you want to keep it over your head, feel free to do so. And we go windshield wiper, feet to the floor, hip distance apart, knees bend, and you drop your knees side to side. If you love to massage yourself, this is a good time. You can hear my voice is kind of different because I'm massaging my face and the sides of my temple right now. Yeah. Massaging is a good thing to do to the body. If you know how to do it, of course it's an option. Then we draw the knees in together toward the chest. Inhale. Exhale, opening them apart. They're going to meet. And then bring them back and you repeat the action. And change the direction, please. And then we bring the arms and the legs up to the sky. Shake wrist, ankle joints, forearms, calf muscles. And then arms wide, palm facing up, knee together to the chest, and we drop the knee side to side with breath. So you do it gradually. And moving your back muscles right now. Oh yeah, I feel the adjustment in my body. You move as slow and as fast as you want. They are doing Om right now upstairs. Now, while you're here, have your feet on the floor, knees bent. I am going to ask you to do chest pump, but I really want to focus on the neck muscles. So you're not gonna, it's like you're going up into bridge, but you're just going up only the chest part. You keep your hip on the floor, so your chest is gonna go up to the sky. When you inhale, when you exhale, you bring it down, okay? So inhale, chest lift, exhale, bring it down. Now keep moving. I'm gonna add on a little bit. When you do that, see, can your shoulder blades draw in and together and under that chest just a little bit? And at the same time, now I would love you to learn how to add the curve in the neck when your chest is going up, right? And then when your chest going down, the curve in your neck, on your neck is gonna be less. This is so essential to learn how to move spine as a whole. So we have the lower back, mid back, and the neck. All that's called the spine of our body. Two more. I'm using it to also strengthening your neck muscles, which is we need it. Feet together, knees apart. Supta Baddha Konasana. If you don't want to put your hands on the floor at all, this is a place that you can come back to work just the neck and the shoulder muscles itself. Yeah. Okay, shake your hands and your feet up toward the ceiling one more time. And carefully, you can roll yourself back and forward to your seat, or you can roll on one side and come up to a seated position, okay? And extend your legs in front of you, shake them again. Inhale, extend your spine upward. Exhale, we go forward. Oh yeah, hamstring. Inhale, come up and away from the floor. Exhale, we're gonna go back. Now your hand, you can extend them in front of you. Inhale, go up. Spread your toes. Exhale, go forward as safe and as far as you can. Inhale, come up. It's early. And exhale, go forward. Yeah, the hamstring, we need them to be as loose as possible. Exhale, we hit the core. We need it to be as strong as possible for our poses, for our headstand pose. So let's. 2 more. And then you come up and away from the floor. Let's opening the legs apart and circle the body. Remember to press your legs down. Spread your toes just a little bit. Oh yeah, the adductor. Adductor muscles are also necessary to be loose because, muscles in our body are connected. We need the hamstring, we need the hip flexor more for them to be flexible in terms of kicking up. But if everything else that next to it are tight, they're going to pull one another. And you can switch sides already if you're not doing that yet. I happen to just do one and switch automatically without even thinking about it. And then we go into thigh stretch, okay? Use the exhale to stretch sideways. Do it with your ribs is in, your heart is forward. You can have your hands up to the sky. You can have your hands behind the back of the head. And you do one more each side, please. And let's twist just a little bit so you turn your body toward the legs. Twist your body, use your core first, and use your arms second. See how that works? The core is the muscle we also need in our headstand. Like I'm trying to show you the body part that need to come together in terms of making us to get into the pose kind of at ease as possible. Yeah. Twisting is a really good to get into the core. Here we go. You do one more each direction. And then we go from here to our hands and knees and we do some more moving. Use a blanket if you need to. Let's do spinal wave, please. And you change the direction. Thread the needle, right hand's under. Right hand's under. I went to the wrong direction. Move your left hip back. Remember, you can have the hip stack over the knee, or you can sit all the way toward your own heels. And then breathe. Let the body move with the breath. So don't be static in the pose, please. So that is like a symbolic of being stiff, and I don't want your body to memorize it that way. Carefully, inhale, come up and away from the floor. Balance on the left side of your body, hands, knee, kick your right leg back, right arms overhead. Let's circle the shoulder 3 times each direction. When you finish the last one, elongate that right side of your body. A couple breaths here. And remember, the more you turn your body up to the sky, the more core you should engage, and you really have to listen to your lower back. And exhale, we go toward the floor. Step the right leg forward. Let's get into our lizard pose, please. I'm gonna go in by kind of move from one leg to the other at first. You don't feel like your body needs it, you can just go right into the stretch right away. Now we're gonna go into the stretch. Right knee is bend, hips back, chest forward. I am really make my jellyfish movement as big as possible. The reason for that is it is help making this pose feel more like a warming up pose. And it's less intense. Couple more. And then inhale, move up and away from the floor. We are going to keep on moving forward. So get your right foot in, have your weight on it. Standing split, opening your left leg up to the sky. Exhale, and then inhale, square the hip, get the knee to the nose, round your back. And then kick it back and opening the hip. And repeat. You can have hands on blocks or on the floor. Once again, it's more like a warming up right now. Two more. The next time when your left leg come down, let's cross it behind the right. Okay. And you can dangling your body straight downward, or you can move your body left and right. You can tip the weight of your own feet from your toe to the heel. You can dangling your head down and shake them. Inhale, move up and away from the stretch knees, bend, step your left leg back, pivot to the left, feet parallel toward one another. And we are in a Pasarita Padottanasana. You can hold your elbow, hang your head low, dangling the body side to side. That is one option. See which option work with your body, or you can do more than one option while you're there. You can have your hand on one direction and push the floor away and stretch the opposite sides of the body. You can twist your body open. You can hold the back of the head and really elongate that neck muscle even more. That's also feel really good. Or you can get into the hip stretch instead. Like heels in, toes out, and bend one knee at a time. We're going to turn toward the front of the mat. And go back to downward facing dog, please. Work your dog ears. You can work opening your heart. You can work to moving your hips side to side to stretch the back muscles again. Or you can work on stretching your calf and your hamstrings muscles. Or I may be checking your neck. Carefully come down to your knee, thread the needle, left hand's under. But keep your breath full and deep. Inhale, come up and away from the floor. Balance on your right side. Remember, if you feel like you cannot opening the front body easily, height may be a better option to go for. You can put the block underneath your hand to help you. Circle your shoulder 3 times each direction. When you're done, elongate for a couple breaths on this left side of your body. And exhale, we go toward the floor and get the left leg forward and to the left while your body diagonal to the right. We go in and out from one leg to the other or not. Your next pose is your lizard pose. And then if you're ready and you're moving, now we're not moving the legs anymore, but we may move the body up and away from the floor and down and into the floor with breath. Yeah. When you inhale, move up and away from the floor, heel toward your left foot in. Move forward, opening the hips, standing split, inhale. Knee to the nose, round your back, hip square. Exhale, inhale, opening. Exhale, knee to the nose, and repeat. I think how does it feel better right now? Yeah. Couple more. And the next exhalation, cross your right leg behind your left leg. Stay with your breath in your body. Each exhale, just find the depth of the pose. Inhale, elongate your spine forward, knees bend. Now step your right leg back, pivot to the right. I'm gonna get into the hip stretch, heels in, toes out. I'm gonna turn forward. You can get into the Skandasana, Pasarita Padottanasana again if you want to. Right. If you want like just straight leg and dangling your body down by straight down to the floor, just repeat that action. It makes you feel more opening. That's a good option. Or you switch it. Yeah. Yeah. This is definitely the adductor and also all this hip that's connect to it. The more open we can get our body to have, the chances to get into the pose is greater. Yeah. But that's not the only thing that is needed in the pose, in the headstand. And carefully turn toward the front of the mat, and we go into our downward facing dog. One more breath here. And we go inhale, plank pose. You can round your back up to the sky. You go with your own pace back to downward facing dog when you exhale. 4, 5 more move like this, please. Inhale, go forward. To plank. And you can go as little at first, exhale, downward facing dog. Like you don't need to do full plank and full flexion in your wrist. If your wrist need to be warmed up, you just go gradually. Finish your last one. And then come down onto your knees, hands and knee. Maybe walk your hand forward slightly and move your hip and your chest forward. We're gonna do plank with the knees on the floor. So make your wrist a little less carry weight. So let's work on that right now. And slowly bend your elbow and then push the floor away from you. 2 more. So let your elbow bend back and slightly kind of to the side, please. Last one, go all the way to the floor. Shoulder blades on your back. Shake your wrists just for a little bit. Then extend your left hand out to the side, palm facing down. Turn your body open to the right side of your house. Pec major opening. This is crucial for our headstand practice. Other side, please. And roll onto your belly and your chest. Since we are on the floor, let's strengthening our core and all muscles around that. So forearm plank pose. Okay. You can do forearm plank with your knees on the floor or forearm plank with your knees off the floor and you balance on the ball of your feet and get your chest forward. Wait. This is a very good pose to do instead of the headstand. If you do this pose and you feel like you are really weak in your upper body, it's just not strong yet. Like, this might be the one that you can come back and do it because we need the upper body strength. Like we need the mid body strength for our headstand poses. And if they are weak, your headstand upside down, we're not gonna be as easy as possible. And it's gonna bring out a lot of fear in you. Oh, I feel really weak. Oh, really tight. Let's go on the knee. Yeah, much, much easier. And next exhalation. Go to the floor and carefully push yourself off from the floor and sit onto your heel. Child's pose, please. Inhale deeply. Exhale, let it go. Inhale. Exhale. Walk both of your hands to the right and push the floor away from you. Stretch along the left side of the body. And repeat. Last breath. Other side. Walk your hand back. Center, come up onto your hands and knee. Inhale. Back to downward facing dogs. Exhale. How about lift your right leg up and away from the floor. Keep your hips square. Like lift that right leg as high as you can. Have your weight onto your right hand and have your left hand slightly and slowly off the floor. You can balance on your fingertips or you can just lift your palms off the floor slightly. And use that hand to kind of bring yourself back to the floor safely if you cannot lift it much. And then be stable. Stability is showing you where your headstand can be when you go upside down. Right here. Here's your mid muscles again. Left hand down, right leg forward. Left knee on the floor. And you come upright with your trunk. And we bend the left knee, hold the foot with the hand, square the hip flexor, stretch here. Root your tailbone down. Now lift your heart up. And then build your neck at the same time. Yeah. The ability to, like, you cannot see it, but you have to feel that your spine is built upon one another. This is the like intuitive thing. When you go upside down, you have to learn to build that as well. Okay. This is safer, so no weight on your head. Wow, hamstring. Oh no, hamstring flexor. And let your left foot go. Standing split, please weight onto your right leg. Kick your left leg up to the sky, opening the hip. And then square the hip, land your left leg back behind you. Have your left hand underneath your shoulder, twist to the right. You can have your left knee on the floor if you need to, and you're twisting. Breathe. Or have your left leg straight. Remember, belly go to the floor, chest go up to the sky. Find the balance between the two actions. Adjust as you need. Exhale, fold backward to the floor. Right hand down, right leg kick back and up, opening the hips, bend the knee. And kick your right leg to the left side of the room. Inhale, breathe, round your back, shoulder blades together. Exhale, push your chest through the foot, through, and then go toward your left foot while you keep opening your right hip up to the sky. Then extend your right leg straight, square the hip, come forward to plank. Inhale, downward facing dog. Exhale. Inhale, plank pose. Exhale, dog pose. Inhale, plank pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. Two more. And then here, balance on your right leg, lift your left leg up toward the sky, hip square. Weight onto your left leg and light up your right hand and just get your right hand off the floor safely. If you're not stable enough, really have your right hand close to the floor, please, because you will need it to catch yourself from falling. Okay. If you don't need that, you can lift that hand. You can rest on your sacrum. You can hold your own right foot if you would like to go there, or even hold your left foot behind you. Go forward, step your left leg forward, right knee come down to the floor. Upright with the spine, lean forward enough that you can bend your right knee, hold the foot, root your tailbone down, ribs in, keep breathing, spine up, heart opening, neck long. And exhale, let it go, standing split. Kick your right leg up to the sky, opening the hip. Exhale, square the hip, bend your left knee, step your right leg back, have your right hands on the floor. Broaden your foundation if you need to, and then we twist to the left. Okay. While you're twisting, keep elongate the spine. Don't forget your neck. Know that your belly and your chest are doing two different things, And you find the balance between those two actions. Left hand is the last thing that you should worry. Exhale, go toward the floor, left hand down, left leg kick back and up, opening the hip, bend the knee, and kick it to the right. Put your chest back, breathe. Keep clawing your mat with your finger pad, and then extend your left leg out, square the hip, come forward to plank, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. We're going to go to the floor next time. Inhale, come forward to plank. Chaturanga Dandasana. Remember, your knee can be on the floor. And you pick your back bend here. You can do Dolphin Pose. And you just like move like jellyfish with the inhale, go up and opening the heart. Exhale to the floor. You can do Locust Pose, the same action, up and down with breath. We check with the lower back. We try to opening the heart gradually. And then exhale, go back to Child Pose, please. Inhale, come up to your hands and knee. Lift your right leg off the floor, kick it back and up. Left hand extend forward and up. Elbow and the knee meet beneath your belly. Inhale. Exhale, extend. 2 more. And then bend that right knee. Foot go up toward the ceiling. Swing your left hand, hold the foot. And then push the floor away from you with your bottom hand and kick the foot into the hand and chest go forward and up. When you exhale, you relax just a little bit. And inhale, you kick, lift the heart, push the floor away. Exhale, relax slightly. 3 more. Last one. And next exhale, let go of the foot, extend the arms and the legs away from one another. Left hand down, turn your chest open to the right side of the room, and then elongate your right. Exhale, we go toward the floor. Step your right leg forward. Get your left knees off the ground. Warrior 2. Foundation first. Build it from the ground up. Reverse warrior. Right arms up to the sky. And you can see you can move in and out from that lunging. Once again, it makes the pose less intense. And we go from here to lunge, stretch, so come away from the back, go forward, square the hip, left knee down, right leg straight. Breathe with that soft jaw. We are going to go forward, so carefully. Step your left foot forward, Uttanasana. Chins in, thighs out. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Away from the leg, exhale, bow toward the leg, chins in, thighs apart. Inhale, lengthen your spine away from the legs. Exhale, we go downward facing dog. Plank pose, inhale. Chaturanga Dandasana, exhale. Pick your back bends again. Use the variation that you gradually, opening your chest, strengthening your lower back. And the depth of the pose can increase the more you are in your practice. And we take child's pose here, please. Breathe. Stay with it mindfully. Come up onto your hands and knee, left leg kick back and up. Right hand go, extend forward and up. Inhale, knee and elbow meet beneath the belly. Exhale, extend it. 2 more. When you round your back, push the floor away from you with your left hand. And then bend your left leg up to the sky. Swing your right hand, hold the big toe side edge of your left foot. Inhale, kick the foot up, chest go forward and up. Exhale, relax slightly. Repeat, inhale. Core is lifting the best you can. 2 more. And when you exhale, let go of the arms and leg, extend it. Right hand down, turn your body open to the left side of the house. Left arms overhead. We go to the floor, exhale. Left leg forward. Right knees come off the floor. Warrior 2. Front heel in line with your back arch. Keep your shoulder relaxed. Reverse warrior. Inhale. Exhale. Lunge. Work both leg ribs in, heart open. You can hold the back of the head instead if you want more intensity. Oh my God, that's really intense. Come away from that. Inhale. Lunge stretch. So go forward, right knee down, left leg straight. And you listen, see what's going on within the body. What is loosening up more now? Open, strong. Any body part that's gripping, can you let go? Carefully, we step forward with the right foot, Uttanasana, feet hip distance apart. Inhale, lengthen your spine forward away from the legs. Exhale, bow. We're going to flow from here, everybody. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, just go plank. You don't want to flow, please rest in downward facing dog. Rest. I don't think down dog is a resting pose. Or rest in child's pose. Or you flow through plank. Chaturanga Dandasana. Pick your back bend now. Yeah, I can do cobra right now. And down dog or child's pose, please. And breathe. As you experience your body kind of catching up with the breath, know that the more we kind of keep opening the muscles, the more we can opening the muscle and we can build the strength into the body part more and more. I want you to be skillful of observing your own practice. So we're not forcing anything. We work with the body. Downward facing dog. Carefully step your right leg forward between the hips. Warrior 1. Plant your left foot. Come up with the body. Left foot toe go 10 o'clock, hip square. Exhale, lunge. Hip flexor. Core, inhale. Heart. I'm going to interlaced my hand behind my back. Right here, we get a lot out from the pose. We stretch the hip flexor we need. We engage the core by draw the ribs in, protect the lower back. We opening the heart by get the hands back. Right? And then don't forget, stack your neck properly along with your thoracic spine. Your headstand is just right here in itself. Carefully let go of the hands, go forward with the body, bend the back knee. Launch forward, get the left knee to the chest. Move the hips back, breathe. Eagle pose, cross your left leg over, right, sit down. If here is enough, stay right here. You can open your arms wide, or you can get your left hand under and hold your shoulder. Or you can hook the arms and do complete hand hook in the eagle pose. Yeah, course in. Sit down and also lean the weight back toward your standing heel is your right leg right now, course in. This is our headstand. We're challenging the core muscles right now to build itself, so it will give us the stability. Hips back, back, back. Warrior two. Extend side angle pose, Pasava Konasana. As much as your heart moving up to the sky, your hip should go back slightly. Resist that being pulled to go forward. Okay? Exhale, bring your hands down to the floor. Kick your right leg back and up. Opening the hips, bend the knee. Kick it to the left. Extend the leg, square the hips, step that right leg forward between the hands once again. And Trikonasana triangle. And exhale, facing down to the floor. Now square the hip, get your left knee down. You can repeat runner stretch, or if you don't mind to go deeper, I would love you to go into a split. It's Hanumanasana. Your front foot has to get away from the mat. It's going to make the slide much easier. And you have to hold yourself with your upper body, and then you slide. And you have to learn to use your upper body just enough. Yeah, right there. The way to really opening this muscle quicker and more effective is you kind of lean to the left away from your right leg, and you can see my back leg is kind of tilted to the right, opening your hips to the right. And then when you exhale, you kind of go back to the center and then slide it forward. See how deep it goes. And then you can come away from that, tilted your body sideways, opening your, actually your front leg, your inner thighs go in, back, and apart. And then come back center, course in, and slide forward. And you can do it when you in that deep lunge, deep slide forward. You can see, and then go. It's much more effective than just keep on going while your hip is square. We need to move that adductors a little bit. Carefully come out from the pose, please. I know. And take child's pose. Like, Aphinya, stop talking. Carefully from here we go, left leg forward, warrior one. Square the hip, exhale, lunge. Inhale, core, heart, neck. Exhale, lunge. Like opening your heart by interlacing the hands behind the back. If this is too much, you can use a strap. Remember, Or if that is still too much, you can open your hands wider. The tighter you are, the more your hand should really become very wide. I don't care where your hand landed. I care that you use them wisely so your heart can open. We need this for the headstand here. And don't forget the neck. Yeah? Feel it. Feel yourself in space. Build from the ground up. And then go forward, right knee to your chest. Hips back, elongate the spine. Really feel that your spine being pulled up to the sky from your belly up. And then the other half is from your belly, pressing firmly down into your standing legs as well. Okay. You go both direction. Eagle pose, right leg over, right arms under. You're gonna move your weight back toward your left heel. Whoa, yeah. And your core is in, and you elongate the spines. Again, you don't want to dump your weight down to your hips. You want to elongate away from it. So help yourself from not having to create the lower back pain. Warrior 2. Inhale, breathe. Energy coming to the center of the body. Exhale, shoot the energy out through your limbs and elongate all your bones. And extend side angle pose. Exhale, we go toward the floor. Hands come down, kick your left leg back and up, opening the hips, bend the knee. Kick it to the right. Extend the leg, square the hips, step forward between the hands. Trikonasana, triangle. And exhale, go down to the floor. And you repeat your runner stretch or do the Hanumanasana with me. Let me show you again. Now, your left leg go forward. Right? If you want to learn to do it with the tilted of the hip, you find your depth at first, okay, no matter where your height is. And when you're ready to move, yeah, you lean, your body is going to go to the right, yeah, and your hip is going to go to the left. And you turn your front leg, look, use your front leg for this, turn your inner thighs in, back, and apart. And you can see, if I lift my back leg, my leg is actually go to the left, and just sticking my butt to the left. And then square the hip, and then go into the stretch. And I repeat again, lift a little bit, and rotate the front leg. I press the front heel down to the floor. I engage the muscles, and I rotate the inner thighs right in here. In, back, and apart. The apart is the feeling that you feel like your hips move away from one another. And then come back center, spread your toe, and stretch. Try it again. Hip, inner thighs in back, and you feel, you move your inner thigh from both legs away from one another. You feel your hip move away from one another, and then come back center, and then stretch. If you go deep enough and you can sit on the block, you're going to get into a stronger hip flexor stretch on your right leg. And then this is your warrior 1, but your legs are split. Pose. Child pose, please. I'll drink some water. I know it's intense. When you have a pose to go toward, the flow will become more intense because I have to target those muscles as much as possible. Dolphin Pose. You can do dolphin with your hands in a couple ways. You can interlaced the hands, or you don't have to stack your fingers on top of one another. Right? You can just do praise or have the fists next to one another. And you create the triangle of your forearms, and you have your elbow underneath the shoulders or slightly open. Or you make your forearms parallel toward one another by using block that your palm can pressing into the block, or you can have it between your index and your thumbs and hug that block with just that L shape of your palms. And the rest is the same. So we tuck the toes, lift the knees off the floor, and I call this is the forearm dog pose. Because, keep moving please, you use the action of downward facing dog in your dolphin pose, which means that each exhale you want to push your weight back toward the feet. Okay? Chest move through that shoulder blades to the back, and you use that to opening the heart more deeper. This is more intense stretch than downward facing dog, and you can get into the calf and the hamstrings as well. You can paddle the legs. And come down and take child's pose, please. Right leg forward, pigeon pose. Inhale, come up and away from the floor. Take a seat onto your right leg. Swing your legs in front of you. Extend both legs in front. Shake this a little bit. Then heels down, toes up. Spread your toes. Dandasana, hands back behind you. Your finger either point straight forward. It also goes slightly sideways. You can do that. Make sure that you rotate the whole arms. Okay? And then we go heart lift. Core in. You can combine your fingertips. Right here is your headstand right there. We need that heart opening there. Core is in. Your ribs go in and back. Your heart is go forward and up. Don't forget to build your neck last. Yeah. And let go. And we do pigeon on the other side. You can swing your legs to the sides on the right, and then you do pigeon on your left. There. Inhale, come up and away from the floor. Take a seat onto your left seat. Extend your legs in front of you. Shake them again. How about we do reverse table? So you build Dandasana first. Stop the legs, hand back behind you, opening the heart. Yeah, your headstand foundation is right here. Build the curve in the neck, heart open. Now legs to the floor. Push the floor away from you, get the hips off the ground, and you keep moving forward. Forward with the knee, forward, 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 forward. And then draw your shoulder blades away from the hips so your shoulders go back, your knee go forward. Try to get the hip as high as possible. Work your legs more than your arms. And slowly come down. And you sit cross-legged and you close your eyes and you breathe. Slowly open your eyes, please. If you don't want to do headstand at all, you actually, it's in the point that you can do Shavasana right now. You can do bridge. Bridge is good pose to build the strength of the neck. Like from there, you can go bridge, do gentle lying down twist, and bring your legs up. I don't have much time, so headstand. We're gonna build the foundation first. If you want to have the mimic of the headstand, but you don't want the weight to be on your head, you know, if you walk into the studio, they have those chairs that you can hold. Rising Sun has that, and you can put your head on it, and your shoulders actually carry weight, and your neck is floating in the air, and you can lift your legs up. You know, those is a good prop that you can have at home if you love to go upside down so much. I love that table for one thing. Beside leg is going up. I use that to strengthening my core. However, if you don't have that, you have blocks. But I believe you at least have to have two blocks on each side for your shoulders. Wait, I actually have 4. You might have to have 4 blocks or 6 even to get your head off from the floor. I'm gonna go right here, and you bring your head down and you place your shoulder on top of that. I tried this before already, and it's not high enough for my head to come off the ground. So this is not good. This is for people that want to do headstand but don't want to have the weight on the head, still want to play with it. You can stack the block, place your head down, see how high the block needs to be against the wall, okay? So you don't need to carry the weight. So I'm gonna cheating and show you how it looks. So it's gonna look like this, right? Place it, you just have to be skillful, put your head down, put your shoulder on that. You see my shoulder is not even on the block. And you have your shoulder is on the block. Yeah. Head is kind of slightly off the floor, and you can do headstand against the wall without having to carry the weight. Now, for us who are really want to practice headstand, you have to do it gradually, and the action that I want you to get first is to learn to place your head down with your heart open. I'm going to do Sirsasana to the tripod headstand so you can see it. Okay. Right here, you have to be able to move your armpit back that way when you go forward with the hips. And your neck, the more your weight go into it, the more you probably have to adjust because your spine is shifting and changing, okay? And the direction of your neck that you can only move, it just move up or down. Not tilted, and it's not turning left and right, okay? Where your weight should be on your head. For sure, it's not going to be in the center of your head. It's going to go a little bit more forward toward your forehead. But how forward is it? That will depend on the curve of your own spine, and you have to learn to feel that. However, I can assure you, you don't want to tuck the chin toward the chest, and you don't want to collapse your head back completely. It's going to be in the middle, but once again, the more you move the hip forward, the more you have to learn to find that yourself. And I'm going to show you the Sirsasana today. If the floor is still too hard, you can put the blanket for your head, right? And hands in front of it. And I'm going to show you. So hands down, head down, tripod. Yeah, this is, I don't feel safe with this. I have to show you because I feel like my head is kind of lifted. Now the triangle has to be broad enough so you don't feel scared. Yeah? And when you're here, you're not going to be able to move your neck yet. Like this, right now my chin tucked to my chest so much and it's not a safe place to be. But when you tuck the toe and get the knees off the floor, yeah, you're going to be able to move your head more toward your forehead. And the more you move your feet in toward the hands, the hips start to go over the head, the more you can adjust the neck. And right here might be just good enough for you to train the body, the neck, to feel what it feels like to have the weight on it. And just that is good enough. If you can go further, I'm going to do it without the blanket because I don't like it. My body tells me that it's not good, so I take it away. And I want you to see these actions right here. Let me move. The actions right here. I'm going to plug my armpit back toward my ear. Yeah, that is so important. Yeah, you don't want to do it with your round shoulder. This is round shoulder upside down, but this is not round. You get your shoulder blades back, and then I can adjust the curve in my neck, and I tilted the weight more from my hip over my shoulder. Yeah, and I can feel the pressures going down my neck. And again, I'm going to find the curve in my neck and let it carry weight right here and feel comfortable with it. Okay, so from here, your elbow should move backward. Your shoulder blades move back and together, and you can carry the weight. And you just stay here and let the neck learn to carry weight. Give it a try. Sirsasana 2 is good. Try that while I'm talking. Because, yes, Sirsasana 2, it feels less stable, especially when you kick your legs up. It really feels less stable. That's why I want you to feel comfortable to be on the floor at first and just learn that action. You have more room to move your shoulder blades back and opening the heart. Right. When you're done, you just come down. Yep. When you do Sirsasana 1, when you interlate the hand and have your forearms on the floor, the action here is become less. And if you don't have this opening heart and shoulder blades back, in Sirsasana 1, the chances that you're going to try to use the force to get your legs up the wall is greater, and that means equal, the greater chance is to hurt yourself. Okay? And I don't want that. I want you to be able to feel the opening of the heart, the lengthening of the neck, and you keep gradually putting the weight over your shoulder, and you feel like, oh my God, it's come together by itself, and then my leg can go up. Just stop for now, please. Lie down to your back, hug your knee to your chest, and then rock side to side. I told you I'm going to approach the headstand gradually. If you're already in Shavasana, you can just mute me out or just say bye-bye, turn off the video and go for that. Drop your knee on one side and let the body relax down to the floor and breathe. Bring your knees back up, drop to the other side, and then let the body relax. One good thing about this video is that you can go back to to the details that I just shared with you and listen to them again and again and practice that at home. Be patient Don't feel that urge to kick yet. I want you to feel more empowering to be in your foundation firmly and confidently. When the confidence comes, the lifting of the leg is just gonna come naturally. It just feels right to do it. If your body is not stacked up enough, bring your knees back up center and bring the block underneath the sacrum and bring your legs up to the sky. Right? Don't hurt yourself, please. This is not a pose for that. It's, well, not, we don't approach yoga poses that way to hurt yourself. Shavasana.